Well, hello guys, and welcome to Bergen here in Norway. So I'm here for a Challenger 3K PSA tournament. I'm the 2 seed for the event. So yeah, check out how I get on in the tournament. I'll be taking you through my matches, and yeah, tonight I'm playing Bruno Gomes of Portugal. He's the world number 404. I received a bye first round because the top 8 seeds get a bye. And yeah, so Bruno won his match this morning, and I'm playing him in the second round. So yeah, wish me luck.
Here we go then. Here's my second round match with Bruno. So basically, I haven't actually played a PSA tournament since early December. This is now early February, so it's been a good couple of months since I played my last event. So I was actually feeling pretty shaky, like a bit nervous, to be honest, heading into this event. I'd also spent the last 3 weeks recovering from a wrist injury, so I'd been able to do loads of off-court training, like ghosting, running, fitness work, but I actually hadn't hit many balls. I'd been back hitting for about a week. There, you could actually see me try and relax myself a bit more, like taking a deep breath and just relax my arms and my shoulders, because my short game was feeling a little bit off. For example, that error there, I've just tried to volley it when the ball's on the wall, which is sort of the kind of error you make when you're feeling a bit jittery and trying to volley balls you shouldn't be able to volley. But anyway, let's get into this match then. I've pushed up quite high on the tee here because I'm trying to force the pace against him. Use the hold there on the forehand, which worked really well in this match. Actually, the hold delayed his movement of his split step and put him under pressure straight away. Really, he wasn't able to read that too easily. Once you get someone held on the tee, their movement, their centre of mass is like moving in a different way to the ball. So that helps you sort of send them the wrong way. They can take energy out of their legs long term, basically. So yeah, like for example, that backhand counter drop, that forehand counter drop there, really heavy for what I would like. My hands, it's just gripping the ball, not the ball, sorry, the racket, just gripping the racket a little bit too hard. When I have those sort of first match nerves, you can see me again there trying to relax myself. If you are gripping the racket hard, which is what happens when I'm a bit tense, your short game isn't going to be as effective. You won't be able to leave the ball quite as short up the front. So being relaxed, like across my shoulders and my arm, relaxed grip is what helps me leave the ball shorter. I can't remember who told me, but someone told me that I think it was Jonah Barrington said that pretend you're sort of holding a lizard in your hand. If you were to hold a lizard, you don't want to suffocate him, but you don't want to let him wriggle away. That's how hard you want to grip the racket, roughly. I mean, obviously in the back corners you can grip it a little bit harder to hit hard out of the back, but especially in the short game, softening up the hands is massive. But yeah, Bruno, to be fair to him, he was an unusual little player. Like technically, not quite what I would consider like a super technical, like good technique player, but his movement was pretty good into the front. Like he was getting some good balls back. But when I was able to use that hold against him, that's when his movement broke down. Yeah, that error there, I haven't moved my feet to get up to the ball. I've just sort of taken a big lunge and tried to flick at the ball. I could have worked harder to get my feet up to the ball and hit a proper shot there, basically. some good length hitting from me in this game. Actually, I've won a few points to the back of the court. It's only the front which has been a little bit shaky. But to be honest, watching this back, I had more of a perception in my mind that it was a lot worse than it actually was. It doesn't look too bad here, although on court I did feel like I was quite tense. But yes, nice tight ball there, squeezing in on the sidewall, and that's the first game to me. So here we go then with the second game. Nice to get the first game under my belt. Hopefully I can try and relax a little bit more and try and improve on those short shots. That's a nice gripping ball kill. Good. It's a good margin shot you can use in your game, the kill, because there's not too much risk with it, but it's also can be quite effective. That backhand that I just hit there into the tin is a bit higher risk than the kill, because you're trying to float in and drop a bit more, and that's where the errors can come. So if you're not feeling great with your short game, you can try a few kills first just to sort of get your range, and that can help you get your eye in for your short shots. Yeah, so here I'm hustling on the backhand, trying to stay in front of him. Most of the squashers play down the backhand, so if you can try and cut balls off on the backhand before it gets to the back wall, that's generally going to be to your advantage. If you can take the ball on the volley or the half volley to try and stay in front of your opponent, you can then create chances for yourself. You see that drop there from me is really heavy. Again, it's just gripping the racket too hard and not having a looseness in my arm, basically. I just need to relax and just let go. I always think about let go of the shot. Don't stop your follow through. It's a bit like chipping in golf. If you decelerate into the chip, you're gonna mess it up. There always has to be a little bit of an acceleration. So I kind of draw parallels to that with the short game. Although you're trying to lead the ball short and hit it softly, you still need a little chipping aspect. You still need a mini acceleration through the ball, because if you decelerate, you're going to end up floating the ball in and potentially hitting a tin or miss-hitting it, basically. So yeah, the holds on the forehand were actually working quite well. The kind of hold that I was using against him that was most effective was actually around the back of the court, and I was holding the ball by, instead of hitting the ball in front of me or parallel to my body, I would just wait that extra second to let the ball go behind me, and then it looks like you can only hit a post because the ball's behind you, and you just flick it straight, and that will send their movement. They take half a step into the front of the court, anticipating the post, and then they have to come back. Another type of hold is from the front, where you sort of stay off of the ball and then step into it last minute and hit short or long, but the hold from the back is what was working with him. See, all these short balls, I would love for them to be winners, but they're too heavy and he's able to get them back, and eventually I've made the tin there. I was just trying to forehand top spin that drop shot. I didn't, that was a bit lazy with my movement. I didn't properly get in a good position to play that shot. Here again, so that's the example where I've let the ball go slightly behind me, he's taken one step forward, and then I've snapped it straight. So maybe try and think about using that in your game. It's quite hard to master, but once you've got hold of it, it's effective. That backhand drive looks like a simple backhand drive, but actually I've opened up my shoulders a bit, opened my hips up and my body, and made it appear that I'm going to hit a cross court, and his tee position shifted slightly towards the forehand, and then that opens up the space in the deep backhand. So there's all these subtle things going on. If your opponent's hit a weak ball into the front, how can you use your body, use your hips, use your shoulders to open up your stance, or just show a different shot and then play something else. That's a nice variation. I've used the lob there. So if someone's hit a loose ball into the front, you don't always have to come in and smack it or do something crazy. You can quite often it can be quite effective to have a short swing, show the drop shot, and then flick it back over their head for a lob. But yeah, a few better drops in that game, and yeah, I've ended up going 2-love up here. Quite straightforward so far. Starting the third game now. I'm basically able to win this match by just pushing up the court, playing quite a high pace, and taking the ball early. Basically, here is a lapse in concentration. I've gone 2-love up, and I'm thinking, oh, I've got it in the bag here, and actually things can go horribly wrong. I've lost matches from 2-love up before, so that's why I've actually taken my time here, made sure that I've broken his rhythm basically by not being ready for his serve, because I've tinned three balls on the bounce. After this I require a reset, so I would sort of say to myself, overhit your lengths, try and hit through the ball, get the ball to the back, because quite often when you lose points on the bounce, you've lost your length hitting, and your opponent's able to attack you from the midcourt. So if you think about overhitting your length, it will help you relieve pressure and give you more time to settle on the tee if they're having to go to the back of the court and play each time. But yeah, this is quite an open match, but some scrappy errors from me there. That's just poor footwork. I tried to flick the ball on my backhand, a bit of a reaction shot, rather than actually using my split step and some quick foot adjustments to get in a better position. Quite often errors come from poor movement, in my opinion. If you can get yourself in a better position to play a shot, you generally will play a better shot. So that's something I've worked on a lot, but it's tricky after having 2 months of no competitive matches to suddenly snap back in. There's the hold again. You let the ball go slightly behind your body and then snap it long. I actually learnt that from hitting with Joel Macon. He's top 5 in the world now, but he's based in Bergen as well. So he's pretty good at that. So I've stolen that from him. But yeah, so that was a let ball, I think. Kind of weird situation there, but yeah, that's just poor error from him. That's poor footwork as well. You can see almost bending over forwards, almost falling over. He should have adjusted his feet, stepped into the ball. You always want to step into your return of serve. If you're returning, if you're returning a serve, you wanna hang back from it and then step into the ball. You don't want to be flicking at it behind you, reacting to it off the sidewall. You either want to step into it, take it before the sidewall, or hang back and take it after the sidewall. You don't want to be sort of caught in that middle ground, flicking it once it's on the sidewall. You're going to make errors from there. Yeah, I've hit a few too many cross-court flick type drops actually. I should just be able to run that in straight and tight a bit more often. That's another thing that comes with the nervousness, a bit tentative to take it in the straight drop, so you end up trying to do something else, flicking it cross-court. Just trust that if you're training, if you know you can do it in training, you can do it in a match. So yeah, that's what, there's the hold again. So I'm using it a lot, but it's effective each time with him, so why would I change it, basically? Yeah, another poor error from me, poor footwork. You can see I've tried to flick it again. My feet and my body position was really open, my whole body was facing the front wall. I hadn't worked hard to get my hips round a bit more side on and actually grip, like use the bottom edge of the racket to really grip around the ball. I just sort of flicked at it from an open stance. So it's just a bit of laziness. That's better footwork, and I'm able to hit a better drop. So yeah, better footwork, better drop, better outcome. I've ended up winning the rally a shot later. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I was able to step into the ball on that backhand drop and transfer my weight movement into the shot. You want to, especially when you're hitting volley drops, you want to step into the ball. Same as when you're returning the serve, really. Transfer that body weight into the shot rather than trying to use just your arm and your hands to flick the ball from beside you into the front. So yeah, I think this is the final rally. There you go, and there's one more hold on the backhand there, letting the ball go slightly behind me, hold, and then snapping it through. I was really effective in this match, and yeah, pleased to have got through in 3.
Good morning then, guys. Welcome back to Norway. It's the following morning after my second round match last night. A bit of a nervy match that from me. First match back in 2 months after a bit of an injury. And yeah, had to shake off the nerves a little bit. Hopefully I'll calm down a bit now after that win. I'm heading back to the club now this morning for my next match against Theis Holberg. He's the number 1 in Denmark, so that'll be nice to play someone who's number 1 in their country. And yeah, wish me luck. Let's go. Boom.
You good? We're good.
Dad snuck his way into the graded. Let's go. Oh. Get that, come on. What do you think?
It's doing well so far.
So yeah, as you can see from one of those clips there, the squash centre was kind of inside a supermarket, which was interesting, kind of cool. If I need a banana between games, just quickly hop in there. But anyway, let's get into this match. Quick start from me there. Nice kill to get started. I always like to play fairly straight when I start, try and get some straight attacks going, and that's what makes me feel good. So I just like to play simple squash, especially at the beginning, and find my range going in short. My aim here was to just try and relax a little bit more, and then the previous round, I mean, after one round down, you're always a little bit more relaxed, and yeah, I felt like I was more relaxed in this match. I could have been even more relaxed, to be honest, but it was slightly better. Here you can see Theis, he's made me do a big movement to the front already, something that I didn't really have to do in the last match, but I got in there in the front left and lifted out, which is a good idea to do when you're under pressure in the front. If you can use that lob to relieve pressure like Theis has done there. He's actually ended up, there was some like chains on the roof by the lights that he's ended up hitting, which is unlucky for him there. Some courts have low ceilings. This one wasn't particularly low, but there were a couple of lights on the chains up there. But yeah, he had the right idea. Lifting under pressure is a good idea, especially at the front, just to buy yourself some time to reset the rally, get back to the tee. Here I'm doing well to control the backhand side, showing short and hitting long, so I'm forcing him to push up to the tee to cover that short ball, and then when I snap it long from a short swing, showing short, he has to push up and around me in front of me, rather than being able to just sort of cut in behind me and stay closer to the back of the court. He has to work hard to get up, cover the short ball, and then go back. So if you can try and bring that into your game, that will help eat into your opponent's legs. It can be effective to have a slightly shorter swing and try and punch through the ball to make it look like you're going short and then hit long. Here, similar thing. I've tried to show short and hit long, hasn't really been too effective. But I have taken in a couple of drops on that backhand side, so that will only become more effective as I play more drop shots like that. That's nice. Double drop into the front, that can be an effective way to win points against people. Re-dropping into the front left, only if they've scraped it up and they're then behind you again. If they've hit a good counter drop, you don't want to then come in and try and counter again, because you're going to get tangled up with strokes and get in a bit of a nightmare situation. But in that situation, that was the right time to do it. Hit a good width there from the backhand onto the forehand. When you're hitting cross court out the front, generally, obviously you want to first of all make sure it goes past their volley, but you want to be aiming for the nick between the side wall and the floor, just behind the back of the service box there. So that cross court there, hopefully going towards the nick on the other side of the court, just behind the back of the service box. Obviously, if your opponent's a really good volleyer, you might have to go wider and aim more into the side wall, but as a good general rule, that's where you want to be aiming. So yeah, a few reactionary shots here around the middle. Backhand drops looking a lot tidier in this game. Just able to take the ball out in front and soften up a bit better. So that's pleasing to see. Yeah, the pace has gone up a little bit in this game compared to the last game as well. Tice is able to play at that slightly higher pace. He's a little bit older than me, so got some more experience. But yeah, he's been playing. He's number one in Denmark, which is really cool. But I remember he went to UE, University of West of England, whilst I was at Bergen in my first couple of years. And I never actually played him in a university match, but I remember watching my teammates play against him. So yeah, I'd seen him play a couple of times before. But yeah, again, that was the width from the cross court, aiming for that nick on the side wall. Here, he's putting me under a bit of pressure. I need to lift, that's good. I've lifted the ball there. Yeah, lifting under pressure is crucial. He's managed to flick that ball into the front wall nick there. I think I was 10-love up at this point. Hadn't really put a foot wrong this whole game. And then he's able to hit a winner, which is nice for him, not doing bagel, I guess. But that's a perfect finish to that game. Fairly flawless game from me. The straight drops were running in well, good backhand lines, lifting under pressure. So positive start. Whenever you have a great start like that, it's easy to think, oh yes, that's great, like this is going to continue, but you have to expect a change from your opponent. Here I'm anticipating a change in pace from Tice. He's probably going to try and push up, volley more, get in front of me, which you can see here, taking the ball in. He's unfortunate to make an error there, but he earned the right to take the ball in short there. He's pushed up, tried to volley more, which is what he needs to do. I've been controlling the pace of the game so far, so he needs to try and take the game to me by pushing up and doing what he's doing here. And yeah, we'll see if he can sustain it. That's a cheeky little stroke from me there, but he has hit the ball straight down the middle to himself, to be fair. Yeah, he's not happy with that, but that's a standard stroke in PSA, to be fair. There, he's just trying to mentally reset from the stroke decision, which can be useful for some people if you're struggling to move on. Just call for a let and take a few extra seconds to gather your thoughts before you move on. That's a standard let there. I'm sure he'd agree with that now, looking at it. But yeah, I mean, the referees are trying to get you to play the ball a lot more now, but that's that was too cramped. It was a bit of a safety let there, I guess. Right back into the game. So Tice has stepped it up. I'm going to have to match him pace-wise and not let him dominate me around the middle of the court. I've got to try and push up myself and match his pace and yeah, hustle to get in front of him on the backhand, which is happening here. We're both playing pretty straight down the backhand side. Nice tight lines, running in drops. Tried to lift under pressure, but it was too good. I couldn't get underneath the ball. And that was a nice hold. I delayed the ball behind me slightly, like I was doing against Bruno, and that can open up the spaces on the other side of the court. Yeah, that's a wild nick attempt from him, and then that was a little bit too heavy on that backhand drop. Just overran it slightly. I was a bit too eager to get onto the ball. I could have stayed off of the ball a bit more and then taken a more balanced step into it to play a better shot. That's just a loose ball on the backhand. If you miss your width on the backhand, you're gonna get strokes given against you. So it's pretty standard there for PSA now. The player's going to be onto that very quickly. Missed my width there. He's able to volley, and now I'm on the back foot already. Good lengths from him, pinning me behind him, and that's a really nice finish into the front of the court. Something neither of us have really done yet in this match is drops off the back wall or boast off the back wall. So let's see if that's reminded me to use those shots. I'm just getting stuck behind him a little bit here. I need to hit through the ball and really get the ball to the back of the court, because otherwise I'm just going to leave myself exposed like that. Tice is good enough to just tidy up those loose balls. So hopefully here you'll see me either lift the ball to get to the back or hit it a bit harder to pin him behind me. Let's see. Nice use of height there from Tice, or he's just clipped it out. So lucky for me there, 3 point really, unforced error from Tice. There we go, have used the drop off the back wall. Has that opened? Yeah, that's opened up the court a little bit for me. Nice width there on the cross court. Good over hitting my length and forced an error from him. So yeah, that's a bit better from me. Getting the ball through to the back of the court, exploring those short and long options off the back wall, and then forcing the error from him at the back of the court. Here my movement's picked up a bit. I'm looking a bit springier. I remember thinking, I think it was sort of about 6'4", and I just thought this is a really big point. 6'4", 7'4", like those kind of points. At 6'4", I can either get to 7'4" and be pushing to win the game, or I can, if I lose that point, he's then at 5'6", and it's all to play for. So points like that at 6'4" is a massive point. If you can just find a little bit extra, move your feet a little bit quicker, hit the ball with a bit more bite, kills like that, just really grip around the outside of the ball, letting the ball cling to the side wall. You can then a miniature push like that, and suddenly I'm 8-4 up, and I can now sort of see the finish line and hold on. You know, quick foot movement, that was good. Nice width. Can I stay in front of him? Keep volleying. Take the ball in. When you've got your opponent under pressure, you want to just basically keep nailing the nail into that coffin. Just hold them under pressure. Don't let them back in. There, I've just clipped it in. That's okay though. Right shot. I just let the ball drop a little bit too much. You want to hit the ball at the top of the bounce generally, unless you're doing like a big hold or something. There, I just hesitated slightly, and the ball was dropping as I played that drop, and that's why I just clipped the top of the tin. You want to hit the ball on the rise or at the top of the bounce. That's the optimal time to hit the ball. Nice tight ball there. What can I do off that? Controlling him. Oh, simple let. Just got a bit tangled up there. We're both quite quite big, tall guys, so that happens, I guess. Just a mini reset and get back into it. So here we go. The pace has gone down a little bit after a mid-patch of quite fast play. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who this benefits. That was a little ball, I remember that. I've hit it really tight, but it's a little bit high, so it wasn't quite a winner. Ty's taking his time a little bit here to serve. Good. I'm thinking in my mind, little indication maybe I'm doing something right if he's feeling it a little bit, potentially. Just keep plugging away and working him, getting work into his legs. So this is a slightly longer rally here, and yeah, we'll see who can capitalise on this. At the moment, to me, it looks like I'm a bit more springy with my movement, hustling to get on that ball a bit quicker than Tice. So yeah, I imagine I'll be able to put the pressure on him and take this rally, hopefully. I honestly can't remember. Moving him around, that's a stretched movement there. Yeah, and force the error from him. So I put that boast in, instead of getting his feet up quickly, like 3 quick steps to get to the ball, he decided to take one massive split step and lunge, and just basically at such a stretched position like that, it's impossible to be deceptive, and I was able to read him, volley it, and then he tried to volley my volley, and it was just everything ran away from him really, and he ended up hitting the tin there. But yeah, back into this rally now. He's got a bit of a hold of me here. I'd have to try and overhit my length again, get the ball past him, get the ball to the back, because I'm getting stuck in front of him right now. Lifting helps, but I didn't lift that high enough. That's a bit better on the lob. Lift again, nice. Yeah, the lobs here, I need to lob a bit higher. The lob can be effective, but you have to make sure you get it to the back. It's worth over-hitting your lob rather than under-hitting it. As long as it doesn't go out, obviously. It's a better width and length. Hopefully I can get a bit of a hold of this rally now. The length's improved a bit. Nice straight drop. Good lift from Tice. And a nice length from me. So that was a pretty 50-50 rally, to be honest. But I feel like that's hurt Tice a little bit more. I've just been able to use a few holds, a few more angles. I've used the boast to drag him up to the front of the court, and I just feel like that build-up of pressure is going to benefit me long term, potentially in this rally as well. There you go. So a little hold and boast, and his movement's completely stopped. And that's off the back of work that I've done to him in the rest of the game. You can see his body position here, and his body language isn't great. It's not sprightly, and he just looks a bit down. I've actually clipped him on my swing there and got a stroke, which is unfortunate for Tice. But yeah, pretty good game from me again, to take me to 2-love up. At this point, I don't want to relax. I almost want to up it even more. If I can sneak a tiny lead at the front of this game, his body language actually was already looking a bit negative at the end of the last game. So if I can take the game to him here and bury him basically, just hit a backhand volley drop into the tin. It was the right shot. I was just a bit tentative on it. I just held back slightly. I mentioned it in the previous match. When you're chipping, you want to engulf, you want to accelerate through the ball there. I just decelerated on the drop, and that's why I didn't reach the front ball. But yeah, here's a good response from Tice. One slightly poor error from me, a good winner from him, and suddenly he's 2-love up, and probably gearing up for his last little push for for a counter-attack, but that's nice tidying up from me. Something I've worked on a lot is tidying up. Now when I say tidying up, I mean a loose ball from your opponent. How can you just tidy up that loose ball, basically? It's usually with a straight drop, or just smart play, hitting the spaces, awareness of where the space is on the court and hitting it, basically. That's something I've worked on a lot. Tice has forced that backhand drop into the tin there. He was off balance. He'd taken on his left leg, open stance, and closed racket face, and that's why the ball went into the tin. That one again, he's just pulled the ball towards him because he hasn't worked hard to get side on. All of these are a build-up of work that I've put into his legs throughout the whole match, using holds and different angles. Those benefits are coming through now, basically. If I can just push for a couple more minutes here, I should be able to break him, or at least push to try and get that win. Final stand from Tice there. That's a really nice backhand drop winner there. Just haven't hit through the ball enough on my backhand line. That was a sort of mid-pace shot. Players are usually strong at volleying on the backhand, so you either have to hit hard and low or high and soft and get it over their volley or under it. There is a place for a medium-paced chippy ball down the backhand when you're just when you're rallying, like a long rally or like a reset ball type situation. But it has to be so tight like that. That was tight enough, and you want to hear their racket clanking against the sidewall, basically. But yeah, the movements are just getting slower from Tice. That was I actually, on that forehand drop, I actually cut inside the ball a little bit too much. You want to try and grip the racket around the outside of the ball. To get the ball running straight towards the sideball. I actually came inside it, and that's why you saw me take a chunk of the sideball out. But it was enough to get the winner there, because Tice's movement is slowing down. Nice holds. He's getting the benefits from those by being able to attack me from the mid-court. I've got to try and get him off the tee. That's good. Getting him to the back, better length from me. Nice little hold there. What can I do here? Tidy up. There we go. Get him screeching. This is going to be the last hard rally for Tice, I reckon. I'm not sure if he can back this one up. Nice length there. That's why I've picked up the ball quickly, gone straight to the box, and ready to serve. I don't want to waste any time here. I want to get Tice straight back into it, and he's cleverly stopped me from doing that, just for an extra couple of breaths. So yeah, last little push here from me to try and get the job done. Here I've actually opened up the court a little bit too much, I think. Although when players are tired, they're slower, but actually if you open it up too much, you can let them get back into it. That's a nice tidy up shot there again, just taking the ball out in front of me and softening up into the front. So yeah, when you have your opponent on the ropes, you actually, sometimes you don't want to open up the court even more. You actually want to keep them working to the back, because if you open it up too much, you can give them chances. But anyway, yeah, you can see he's really feeling it here with that error off the serve. When your opponent does that, you know you've put some good work into them. Get on the ball quite quickly into the front counter, hold him. Is that a winner? Yeah, that was a winner from Tice, but you can see it was sort of a shot to nothing really. It was either going to be a winner or an error, that one. Yeah. wild cross-court nick attempt. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I think that was a bit better. It's a nice shot from him, to be fair. Let's see how we can close out this game then. Poor width there. Tice was able to volley that. Get up, straight drop. Nice one. Tice has taken me in, and you tidy up with a straight drop, especially when they've forced the boast like that. It's usually a good option to get up there quickly and put that counter straight drop in. Got the reward straight away by him going for a winner off serve as well. I've served down the middle and there, must be match ball. Yeah, match ball I usually try and do a different kind of serve, just to switch things up and not give a conventional serve. Basically, that can be a good way to sort of surprise them and try and launch your match ball in a creative way, basically.
Okay, so how was the quarter-final against the Danish guy, Willem?
Yeah, so it was good. The first round nerves had subsided a bit more. I was feeling a bit more relaxed. I was taking the ball in a little bit better. Started really well. Got 10-love up, and then he pulled an unreal nick out of the bag. But yeah, I feel good with that performance. There's still things I can improve on, but in general, a lot better from yesterday's match. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, it was good. It looked like you were starting to move about a bit more calmly and getting the confidence to take it in a bit at the front.
Yeah, basically, yeah, just a bit softer with the hands today. Yesterday was a bit tense and everything. Your body tenses up and you don't soften up into your shots as much. But yeah, I was feeling a bit more relaxed today.
Okay, and what's the plan, or how's that set you up for the next one later this evening?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to head back now. I'll have some food, have a little nap. That was a nice match, to be honest, to get me ready for this afternoon. And yeah, I'll be putting a good warm up, and I'll be fresh and ready to take on Noah Meredith, English guy, in the semi-finals tonight.
Great. Oh well, good luck. Yep.
Cheers.
See you later.